Mic check, 1, 2, mic check. How's everybody doing tonight? All right. I'll be back to talk to you in just a few minutes, but it's my pleasure to introduce the mayor of Parkston, Dave Hoffman.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Parkston. It looks thick, but it's not real thick, okay? I don't have much to say. Welcome to Parkston for the ribbon cutting ceremony of this beautiful amphitheater. We started big tonight with Wakefield as far as entertainment, so enjoy and come back for many other events in the summer. A little something about this park. It's called East Park for no other reason. It's east side of Parkston. No other reason than that. That's just what it is, East Park. But over the past couple of years, you know, this park for years sat with baseball stuff, basketball, and tennis, swimming pool, and not very much park equipment. So over the past couple of years, we have renovated this park. We put in new, excuse me, I talked with my hands. So I'm just gonna kind of memorandum just a little bit about what's going on down here. Okay, so what we did on the old gun club, we put in new windows, new door, and a new sidewalk.
I'm here to help.
Okay, good. Okay, I'll keep my hands this way. Okay. The pond, which is the baseball, and the orange field here, we put new netting in front of new backspot netting. We added a central bathroom, which wasn't there before. Well, it was there, but it was pretty bad shape. We put sunshades on the softball field, the orange field, and we put sunshades on the pool. Then we added a slide to the pool a few years back. That was all. This stuff is basically all money that people raise and put in the park. Not very little tax money, I guess. I don't know if that's good or bad, but one thing about it, if people do it themselves, they got a tendency to respect it and do a lot better job. The old bathroom is over there by the pool, was renovated, repurposed as a storage area, so we kept the old style rock what was been. Playground equipment we put in, bigger and better, and we added a little kids one, so later on, the veterans built a beautiful park over here. It's nice, kind of nice to sit there. My mother's across the street. I'll come over here and just kind of sit there and just sit there, just meditate or whatever you want to call it. The roundhouse was renovated just here the last month or two. We put in Paul put in new cement, fixed up, put some more sidewalk in. It looks beautiful. You need to go take a look at it. The old flagpole was sat there for years, nothing going on with it. A group of people went together and refixed that. Then a few years ago, the city decided to, okay, enough's enough, we gotta fix the roads. So we went in and fixed the roads, put in sidewalk, and then we also put in a bunch of shrubberies into the park. That was in 2019. If you remember 2019, you can't walk outside the door without raining. Well, it's a little different in 2021. So we lost a lot of our plants. In 2020, there's a couple came to me and says, hey, can we use our green thumb to regenerate these plants? I said, sure. So I'd like to thank right now, and the same people are going out there now again. Mark and Tamara Morehouse did that work for us. So if you see them, thank them. So this is also about the time then the amphitheater got his idea. Again, it was a group of community people who got behind the effort, raised a lot of money, donated a lot of materials to make it happen. As a result, we have a beautiful structure here right now in our park that we hope that many more events like tonight can happen. It would have been easy. Excuse me. Tonight we celebrate the event that started in the 1930s. President Roosevelt basically had the WPA, and I don't think a lot of people know what that is, but which put individuals to work on community projects. These people, these men or women did not have any jobs, so in order to feed their family, they started these rock buildings. That's what's in the town. That's what a lot of towns got. They also built roads, and they also built bridges. So this is about the time, so we try to keep the theme. Paul had a great idea, keep the theme the same, use the rock on the outside. So this is where we're at. So it was also about this time the amphitheater was started, the idea was started. Again, there was a group of people got behind the effort, raised a lot of money, donated materials to make it happen. The result, we have a beautiful structure, as I said before. So it'd been easy to build this structure out of wood and steel and throw down the cement floor and call it good. But that's not how we do it in Parkston. Design was such that it would blend in with the rest of the structure of the park, and it appears it will be here for years. So before we cut the ribbon, I got some people that need to be recognized. They had the vision, were instrumental in make this a reality. Amberdale was truly the one who had the vision for this project and really kicked off the fundraiser for this project going. Reiser Construction, Greg and Joe Reiser, this is a father-son construction company, will again show their talents in bringing their own design to this structure. So Joe, Greg. Rob, Whitebuck Construction, Whitebuck Concrete Works brought their talents to bear in a couple different things in the town here. But I'd like to recognize the key workers who did this, Paul's crew, and had their own talents and displayed their own talents. FJ Confirst, Brett Baber, Russ Bros, Casey Johns, and Mr. Weidenbach. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you know this or not, but we do have a magician in the crowd. Paul, with his band Pressure Cargo, was introduced as the South Dakota Rock Hall of Fame in 2017. Okay, Parkston Lumber, Doug and Mary Haig, and his wife Barry, owned the Parkston Lumberyard. They supplied and donated quite a bit of the materials that were in this park. Parkston Electric's crew, Brian Jackson and his team, were instrumental in making sure we had everything wired to host this show. Plus the wiring that's in the park, they've done a lot of work with that. Like, you know, but it's wired to do church potluck, weddings, anything you want to have in this place. Also a special thank you to the city workers and the city council for taking care of whatever we have to happen. Parkston Commercial Club, recognizing them, not only for raising the funds for this project, but getting Rob Munson. Where's Rob? Come on, Rob. He's the facilitator of this Thursday night events. Okay? This probably would not be happening without the persistence of this fly in the milk person. but we got 13 events, and this is one of them through the first week of August. Finally, we'd like to thank everybody in the community now for their generous donations, through the fundraisers, private donations, to help make this amphitheater possible as events that we also have. And people are donating money to have this so it's free to you guys. Okay? With that, let's cut the ribbon. I brought a little one.
Are we all supposed to bring something?
Hey, these guys got it.
Got them in both places.
1, 2, 3.
there again, if you see people in town, patronize them, thank them for allowing us to have this facility, because it's donated money. Okay, thank you.
Here, mine's in the front there.
Oh, yours is on top? Okay.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Bill Maxwell, and I'm here representing the Parkston Commercial Club. Welcome to Parkston. Great to see so many of you out here. Our group, the Parkston Commercial Club, it is a strong organization. It is wonderfully supported by all you people, which allows us to keep our community vibrant and to just dream and be able to put on something like this. So we're super excited to be doing what we're doing. I want to start off by thanking all the businesses that are in our community that are part of the Parkston Commercial Club. I want to thank Jamie Rexwinkle Concrete for their financial donation to this event. We must thank Jerry and Anita Wiesner Foundation for their generous contribution to the event and other events this summer that are being provided at no cost to those that attend. So we are bringing free entertainment to Parkston. We want you guys to have a good time. Let's get fired up and welcome Wakefield back here, and let's just have a great time tonight. Thanks for coming out.
I'll give the band their 5-minute warning. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Rob Munson, and I'm just one of the many music geeks from our community that is excited about not only tonight, but the many nights of variety ahead of us. I was also a member of a little-known cover band, XTD, back in the 80s, and I want to extend a special welcome to all the extremely talented musicians that always seem to show up at a Wakefield concert. A Wakefield gig these days is a little bit like a unicorn. You hear people talk about them, but if you don't see it for yourself, did it really happen? I know these guys are going to make it a memorable event for all of us here, and it's just great to see a lot of old music friends out there, and I hope to make some new ones tonight. Quick housekeeping tidbits. If you didn't see them, the bathrooms are right over there. They're that brown building for you people from out of town. If you're looking for a soda or maybe something to satisfy your sweet tooth, there's a concession stand a little bit further over there, past the bathrooms. And we just ask that when you leave tonight, please police up the area around you and keep our park looking great. Please do not leave the park with an open beer, as that might get you into some trouble with the law enforcement. We would also like to try to keep the beer kind of in this area right here, because on this side of the tennis courts, leave them here because we do have baseball games and young kids over there. We just want to keep them here. We would also appreciate you showing just a little love tonight by throwing some cash into our free will donation offering when it comes around to help support this show and the rest that are coming up this summer. We have entertainment lined up every Thursday night until August 5th, so just put it on your calendar. Weather permitting, Thursdays in Parkston at 7, something's going to be happening here. Some special events even at 6:30, we have some add-ons. Next Thursday, along with the Irish Celtic band, Maggie in the Meantime, we've got the Celtic Steps Irish Dancing Troupe coming from Sioux Falls to perform right here at 6:30. If you want to keep up with our other events, please like the Parkston Amphitheater Facebook page for activities and changes and all that stuff, etc. When this venue was put up, Paul Weidenbach, Jeff Murtha, and I agreed this couldn't just be one of those projects that gets built and everyone says, well, there it is, now what? So the wheels started turning. To all the young people out there tonight, and I guess even some of you seasoned folks, life is truly about possibilities, what ifs, and how. The possibilities that this venue can offer talented artists to perform in and our community members to enjoy are endless. So we started with, what are the possibilities of booking an entire summer of entertainment on Thursday nights right here in our park at no cost to the attendees? The what if was, what if we could get a big name act to kick off the concert series in our amphitheater and do it right? I believe the term Paul Weidenbach used was, started off with a bang. So what if we could get Wakefield to play? And then came the how. How can we get a band who hasn't really been together for years come play in Parkston on a Thursday night? Simple. You ask. That was the how. A few texts back and forth with Jeff, a phone call to Dave, and we were in business. Besides, I still had my Wakefield tickets in hand from 1983 that I did not get to use for the PBS No Cover, No Minimum show in Vermillion. Yes, the same tickets I finally got autographed last year by the guys. Tonight, I'm redeeming them, so I'm going to pass them off to the guys, and hopefully maybe they can pass them off to John Mogan, who's also here, and he can put them in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame memorabilia with all the other stuff these guys have. For those of you that don't know, Wakefield was inducted in 2017 to the South Dakota Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. To the youngsters again, what you will see in here tonight is something that we probably took for granted back in our younger years. We had the opportunity to hear a band like Wakefield and many other great bands like them almost every weekend. Wakefield has not played in Parkston for 35 years. They last played a dance for the Parkston Centennial in 1986 right over there in the Armory parking lot, which was mostly gravel at the time, and it may have been the biggest event that has happened in recent history in our town. I had to hear about that gig through story after story because I was in Texas at my military training and missed the whole thing. Well, I'm here to tell you I'm not missing this one tonight. That reminds me, is Katie Denai from Platt in the crowd tonight? Katie? Well, I had a good story, but I'm going to save that for another night. We're all here for the same reasons. Our love of great music and the utmost respect for four guys that are going to be on this stage tonight. We cannot thank you guys enough for coming out and helping us break in this new amphitheater with a bang. The coolest part is, I can now tell people I shared the stage with Wakefield. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, let yourself drift back to 1980-something as the Parkston area welcomes you to our summer concert series with Wakefield.